What's up, everybody? So today we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna go out to my buddy's place, who owns that little piece of land that I've hunted a few times on this channel. It's like 12 acres or so. And what I want to do is, now to me, there's a couple different types of hunting. You can go hunting slash hunt, which is, go finding your deer, hunting the wind, grinding it out, and then there's hunting, which in Texas we have quite a bit of hunting going on. It involves most times a box stand, a feeder, and maybe a couple of beers. But what we're gonna do today is we're gonna set up to do a little bit of hunting. We're gonna be putting out a feeder, this directional feeder. We're gonna put out at my buddy's place. I haven't ran a feeder in there in probably 5 years, and now I'm not ashamed to hunt a feeder. Honestly, it doesn't make it a whole lot easier, because at least around here in East Texas, big bucks typically try to stay away from feeders. Mature deer, they kind of steer away from it. Even does, they don't hit it like you think they would. I mean, it's not like, you're just, shooting fish out of a barrel if you're hunting over a feeder. It makes it a little easier, because especially if you're trying to get a couple of doe. Typically you'll have doe coming pretty consistent, but even like, it's not like every deer in the woods is stopping by to hit a feeder. So I'm not ashamed of having one. But we're gonna put this together. We're gonna go out to his place, put it up, and I'll take you guys with me. I was gonna put this together outside, but it's super windy and pretty cold. We could have went in the garage, but I decided to come inside where it was 72 degrees and not 39. So we'll put it together and we'll get out there and see what it looks like. Something to mention too on why I went with this directional feeder is, like I was saying, there is deer, typically mature deer, they don't typically hit feeders like some people might think they would. But with this little directional feeder, I got a spot that I'm kind of tuck it up into a tree, so it'll be kind of hidden. And then it'll be almost like you're just hand cornering it, which typically works better than the feeder. But I've used these directional feeders in the past, and they've always worked pretty good. Some people don't like them, but they're super loud, which is a bad thing. But I think it'll be all right. So this is what the feeder motor looks like, and the corn's gonna come out of this hole here, and this little piece here spins, and you can see there's little fins in there to kind of shoot the corn out. And like I said, it's not, I wouldn't say it's your best option, and honestly, it's not an option in a whole lot of places. A lot of states it's illegal for feeders, or to bait anyway. But in Texas, it is legal. So it's all together. We're gonna pick up some corn and head to the woods. See you there. All right. Well, we made it down here. It's pretty daggum windy, so if that's bad, I apologize. To give some perspective, the ladder stand is right there. When y'all see me hunting out here, that's where I've been. Now, I did have it right in there, and I think I'm gonna move it back there, just because right here. I put it here because I was hunting with my recurve, and right there gave me a real close shot because these deer, they'll walk. There's a fence line back here. This ends on a fence line, and instead of walking down this, they cut through these woods and they cut right in front of this bow stand. And there's a really good bedding area way back that way, and they'll come from it too. And so I moved it there for when I was hunting with my recurve, so the shots would be 20 yards or closer. But I think since I'm gonna put this feeder out here, I think I'm gonna move my stand back over there. This one, on one of these trees. That way I can have a shot. You can see, because I'll hunt with a bow and I'll hunt with my muzzle loader out here. Maybe a rifle every once in a while. But I'll be able to see down this whole lane here. And down this lane here. You can see down that lane and that lane if I'm at the tree over there with the feeder over here. And now, honestly, having a feeder doesn't necessarily mean that the deer are going to come straight to it, but I mean, if any of you have ever hunted over a feeder, especially in East Texas, it's like, I mean, it can be, sometimes it's almost impossible to get them to come to a feeder. But I'm going to kind of play around, pick where I want to be, and when I get this thing start going up, I got all of it, I carried it all in. You can drive the truck back here, but you have to go through like a massive creek. I'll show you on the way out. But I'll figure out where I want to put the stand at and put the feeder, and I'll hop back on. Okay, so I picked this spot here. I got a rope tied across these trees to the handle. Then I got this lime green strap, and I put a lime green strap on here because this is my buddy's property. So if they were down through here doing whatever, taking care of their land like they do, I didn't want them to accidentally hit this with the tractor or something. So I put this lime green strap on it so they could easily see it when they're down through here mowing trails and stuff. But I'm gonna test this motor out, and then I'm gonna put some corn in it and see how it works. And I'm hunting my buddy's land. You know who you are. If you're watching this, these woods are so creepy, man. Like, I've been hunting out here for years and years, and it freaks me out. I mean, I've been by myself deep in some woods, public land, and in the dark, and these woods are creepy, man. I don't know what it is, but they freak me out. But anyway, get this filled up with corn, get the stand moved, and we'll get out of here. Okay, we're gonna test it out. Got it full of corn. Got my iPro on. Told you I was loud. Well, I think these woods are giving me the creeps, man. I think that's gonna do it for the feeder. I gotta wrap this strapped up. That's what it looks like. Well, the thing for the bottom of the feeder's right there. Looks pretty good though, I think. We'll wrap these straps around those trees. Move the stand. When we get in the stand, I'll show you what it looks like. This is wild. There's grass growing inside of that bottle, which is kind of insane. I'll just stick it back there and leave it. So this is the old ladder stand. I've had it forever. These are the spot where it's at, and the feeder now is right over there. There it is, right there. And I think we're gonna move it back that way. I think that's what I've decided. That way I can hunt it on a south wind. That way if my stand at the lease doesn't have the right wind, I can come hunt this. So I'm gonna get it down. All right, well, I found a spot. You can see back behind me there, and then in front of me is the feeder and those 2 lanes. Looks like I got a couple of branches to kind of take down and see if I can make that work. Looks good though. I had this stand in this exact tree for probably a good almost 5 years, up until last year. No, 2 years ago I changed it because I was hunting with my recurve, and I was actually able to shoot a couple of doe over there with my recurve. And then you see me hunt there a couple of times this year, but it's a pretty cool spot, even though it is super creepy. There's about 9 million squirrels out here, which is why that bucket feeder had to be metal, because they will chew through just about everything. They've chewed through a couple of trail cameras, but I'll swap the camera around and take a look at what we got. So there it is. It's in a decent spot, looking down these paths. I was gonna put it in one of these trees right here, this one, but it was just so open. I mean, you can see up there, it's just like that tree just doesn't have anything around it, so I didn't feel comfortable doing that way. But I'm gonna see if I can knock a couple of these branches down and maybe see a little better. Well, that's gonna do it for today, guys. Got my trash feeder up, stand moved. I do have a trail camera put down here. I forgot an SD card, which is not surprising, honestly. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.